All right, let's quickly move on now to other things that should be light, but not necessarily light. Every music we listen to is an end product of long sticking hours of work by the author, composer, and even the performer, along with the financial cost of production.
Now, why then would anyone want to use music for commercial purpose without the consent of and permission from its copyright owner? Well, the war against copyright infringement in Nigeria has been on for a long time, and the Copyright Society of Nigeria has taken its battle against this problem to the people, and it has yielded some results.
Well, the group has successfully received over 250 million naira as payment for royalties to musicians. But then, what is that figure really to the number of musicians in a country like Nigeria?
Yes.
We have a lawyer, Olariwaju Ajanoku, in the studio with us. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, there seems to be an endless battle when it comes to copyright issues in Nigeria. What exactly is at the core of this?
Oh, well, the real issue is that a principal number of performers, musicians particularly in Nigeria, feel that they're actually not getting enough, that they are not satisfied with the way and manner that COSON has been carrying on its duties to them and the obligations they are owed for being parts of or being members of COSON, that's the
Copyright
Society of Nigeria, that they are not getting enough for the works that they do and they perform, and by virtue of their receptance in the society, and also that their image just being on that, and that's particularly that they are not getting enough royalties from music being played, and that is to say that their worth, that the market for them in Nigeria is in billions, but that they are actually getting peanuts, which is as a result of non-full representations in other areas in the country. They are saying that they are not getting enough, that the COSON, Copyright Society of Nigeria, has not been able to get to every nook and cranny of Nigeria, so that royalties due and owing to them will be given to them. More so. But
can COSON alone actually do that as a collecting society?
I doubt it. I doubt if they can, as a sole body, be able to get people around all the corners of this country to get royalties for these people. I don't think they can.
I recall years ago when speaking with the head of the group of COSON, and then Tony Okoroji, yes. Then as leader of COSON, that was even when he was trying to rally musicians together for them to understand the need for them to demand royalties for their music. Yes. He said some musicians even told him he shouldn't bother, that they were okay with the system, that they were benefiting from the system, that in fact some of them go to some marketers at Alaba to they beg them to pirate their CDs and then just give them peanuts, because at the end of the day, they know if they don't do that, they won't even get anything at all in the cost of piracy.
That was then. Now people are more enlightened. You have musicians, you have performers who are doctors, you have musicians who are lawyers, who have now, in this world, this time and age, they know their rights. Now they know that they've been missing a lot. You see, you cannot compare those musicians at that time with those the jet age musicians. They know the rights, they know the things, they read far and wide, and they have also gone, they've traveled. So you can't say, I'm sorry if I mention names, people like Onyeka Owenu, though enlightened. You mentioned people like Oritis Willie Keys at that time, with the crop of musicians, performers that we have now. You are talking about even, you say, what's his name, Omo Babolo, what do you call him?
Okay, Davido.
Yeah,
Davido, talking about Davido, talking about Whiskey, talking about Falls,
Olamide
and the rest. We have these young people who are now entrepreneurs on their own. They have, some of them have record labels. When they have record labels, they want to churn out their music from their own record labels, and they know what they can get as royalties if they are well monitored. The sales, the what comes out, who goes out,
so
who plays my music.
How effective is the copyright law in Nigeria now? I mean, you just mentioned these artists that you've just mentioned.
Yes.
They've done very well for themselves.
Indeed.
Is it as a result of the copyright law?
You see, individually, we have these people we mentioned are quite well talented. You see, they have been well received about now in this country, and we have some other songs that when you say evergreen, we have the likes of Ebenezer Obey, Sonny Ade, even Onyeka Onwenu.
Of this world.
Thank you very much. You see, some of these ones, you know, if you have performed or have a record that's been on, and the person dies, you have about he can still receive royalties for about 70 years after his death. Or if it was a record label or so, you can still receive royalties about 50 years after the company has gone under. You must, then who gets royalty in respect of that person who has gone or the company that has gone under? Now, we are saying, you will realize that these ones, just because of their individual efforts, they've been on the streets, they came out with musics, and they were received. Indeed, if I want to fall back on what you said, in the past, some of them will go to these people in Alaba, give me certain sums of money, release, I don't care, whatever you make of it, it's your business, but I just need this peanut. Some, they get 5 million, 10 million
because of
for
time.
Something. Yes.
Record labels, are they doing enough for musicians in the country? Because
are they doing what?
Enough, you know, to protect their musicians. You know, we had so many stories of love gone sour between music acts and record labels. Some maybe they had been ripped off or been cheated intentionally. And then because of this, many had to even stay away from public space for a while.
You see, one of the issues with them is that many don't actually look at the contracts before they sign. You have contract before you enter into any agreement with anybody or so body, you look at it. Let your lawyer look at it. If you don't have a lawyer, I mean, consult with some other people who are knowledgeable in that regard so that you can be advised adequately. You see, some people do feel very cheated. That's why you have this issue of another organization coming out to say that we are also a society formed, limited by a guarantee, trying to get royalties for some musicians who feel they are not getting enough from COSON presently. And then COSON went along to say, no, we are the only one authorized by NCC, Nigerian Commission 2, Nigerian Copyright Commission, to collect royalties on behalf of musicians or authors, whatever you name them. But they are saying, no, we are not satisfied with the way and manner and the sum you get as royalties for us. And the peanuts that we get at the end of the day. Distribute 250 million naira among the performers that or musicians we have now. How much will each person get? You understand? But they are also saying that we don't have enough statistics to say, look, this is how much you got from so and so set of people. But they are saying, and that is what the Nigerian Copyright Commission is all about, that if another commission or another society could be approved, if they can show that they've not been satisfied with the acts of COSON. You understand? That was why...
Like the MCSN?
Exactly. Okay. Musical Corporate Society of Nigeria. That was why that one was set up, headed by the Orestes Wilike.
Okay, thank you very much for coming to the show. Olariwaju Ajanaku, you're a lawyer. Thank you for the enlightenment on this.
Thank you.